is Jackie from Bronx Baubles, and I'm bringing you another new video. I am so excited to be able to do this finally. I have to say that, for those of you who have been following me, you know that I recently lost my partner. And it sort of put me in a real black hole of a sort of funk. And I needed to get out of my environment so I can possibly shake some of this grief off of me. So I decided to go visit Texas and see my baby sister, Denise, and spend some time with some family. And then right after that, I hopped over to Hudson, New York, and I took a weekend mother-daughter trip with my daughter, Sophie, just to get away a little bit. And it really did lift my spirits. And that is why I'm able to come here and bring you this video. So, without further ado, let's get this video started. One of the first pieces I want to share with you is this gorgeous, gorgeous green quartz necklace. It has this Aztec Mexican feel to it. And this necklace was given to me by my baby sister Denise. So she got me this gorgeous piece, and I wanted to show it to you first because I plan to wear it for the rest of this video. I think it looks awesome. Thanks, sis. Just like most of you out there, you can't help yourself when you're out and about to go and check out at least 1 or 2 stores. So that's what we did. And we went to this place called the Caring Place. And that is where I found this gem. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous necklace. It has this I don't know what kind of flower, maybe a hibiscus, maybe an orchid. I'm not sure what sort of flower this is, but it's made of enamel, and it kind of gave me that Golden Girls, Palm Beach, Florida, Miami sort of look. And so I thought it was really neat, and I got this guy. At that same store, I purchased this gem. This perhaps is one of my most favorite pieces that I got, and it came with the matching earrings. I just love completed set. Another interesting thing that I bought was this enamel green belt buckle, and I just fell in love with this. This is again one of my more favorites, but as you know how I do it, a lot of them are my favorites, but that's how I roll. Anyway, this is coming from a company called Bergamot, and I just fell in love with this guy. I thought maybe I could convert it into a brooch, maybe dangle it into a necklace, maybe I will wear it as a belt, I don't know. But I just love that enamel green color. This is something my baby sister Denise gave me. She really liked it. She really liked the whole idea of this filigree and the repose. It's just a really nice piece that you can put around a torque. And I love this shape. Anything with that drop shape, this teardrop shape, is attractive to me. And my baby sister gave me this piece. Another piece that I purchased at the Caring Place was these fabulous fringe bugle bead necklace, vintage. Probably, I don't know, from the 80s, I would guess, maybe even 70s, or could have even been from the 1990s. But I will share with you that I made a huge mistake with this purchase, because after we drove off out of the parking lot, my sister noticed that this earring had a fray on it. And had I noticed that and looked at it and inspected it at the store more closely, I probably wouldn't have purchased it, even for the $1 that I ended up spending for it. So really, when you're out there looking for your treasures, be a little bit more careful. I was a little hasty, and I purchased something that I probably wouldn't have because it was basically broken. Here's another piece that my baby sister got me. She was holding on to them until I got to see her. She knew I was on my way there in a few months, and so while she was out there, she purchased a couple of things, and she finally gave them to me when I got to Texas. So this is called Virgin, Saints, and Angels. But it's a compact piece, a mirror, and I guess you can put maybe some pills in here or some other stuff. And here is this glass medallion pendant that you can put on a really nice chain, or threaded cord. Either way, it's like a Murano piece. You know I love glass. I have so many glass pieces around my house, and so she knew that I would love this, and I do. But I love it most of all because it came from her, and it came from her heart and her thoughtfulness. I recently did a video on repurpose, upcycle, and recycled jewelry, and I probably would have put this piece in that video. This is an interesting piece because if you look at it, it looks like a nothing piece of wood, but what I see in it is the ringlets of life. And so, you know, every year or so, the tree grows and creates another ring. And the number of rings on a tree tells you how old the tree is. And so if you can inspect this piece closely, you will see there's a radiating of rings out. And I just thought that that pattern and that idea was really, really interesting. And the fact that here's a piece of wood that you find, and you can convert it into an interesting piece of jewelry. So I had to get this. Also in that video, you will see gold dipped flower leaves. And so I was so excited to find another gold dipped flower leaf. I have several of these in my collection, and I don't know what I'm planning on doing with this. I have in mind to do some sort of project with it. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm gonna keep collecting them until I figure it out. But this is a really, really interesting piece because once it's dipped in the gold, it has these really, really fine, intricate veining from the leaf. It kind of reminds me of spider webs. Very, very delicate, very interesting. And also, if you were a horticulturalist or anybody who studies like botanists, I guess, you would know what leaf this is. And the last thing we got at that the carrying place was this itty bitty, teeny tiny, little bitty stone necklace. This necklace is actually made with the tiniest of stones. And the reason why I like this necklace is because I feel that these are the type of necklace that would help with layering of jewelry. And sometimes it's nice to have these little delicate pieces. And this is really made from stone. It's not cheapy. And I just thought it was really nice for layering. Here is another piece my baby sister gave me. And it's this gorgeous, gorgeous flower brooch. And this is made by a company called JJ. And it looks almost as if it's sterling, but it's not. And what I love the most is they actually used real tiny cultured pearls as accent pieces. And even though this is not a sterling silver piece, they did use quality material to set it off. I will say that prices on these antique stores are just getting a little out of control. I'm used to shopping at yard sales and thrift stores, and the prices were a little bit of a ticket shocker to me. But that also tells me that a lot of pieces that I have, I could probably sell them at a nice premium. But I'm not a seller, I'm a collector and a bit of a hoarder. So people tell me. Yeah. I got a problem, and it's called vintage custom jewelry obsession. And I know a lot of you have it too. And if you have it too, leave me a comment and let me know if people tell you you have a problem. And while you're at it, for those of you, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit the like button, and also leave me a comment. This is one of my favorites. This is a book chain bracelet made with these beautiful coral. And I paid, I think, $12 for this. And I have a whole bunch of these. I don't know, maybe 7, maybe 10. Who's counting? Anyway, I'll probably do a video for you because I really, really love these a whole lot. So you'll see that video coming out pretty soon. But this is another bracelet that I got with these cute little cufflinks for $1. And they're from a company called Swank. And I'm starting to amass quite a bit of cufflinks. And who knows, that might be an upcoming video. I also have several books on cufflinks, so there you go. Anyway, Swank is a really, really popular vintage costume jewelry cufflink vendor. Most beautiful, beautiful piece that my baby sister got me is this gorgeous, gorgeous sterling silver bird pendant. And I will say that birds are very symbolic for us, because not only did my father fly pigeons on the rooftop of our house in the Bronx back in the 80s, 90s, he also had 2 birds tattooed across his chest. And so, you know, when I see doves in particular, I always think they're messages from my dad. And so my sister got me this bird that almost looks like a dove. And I just think it's the most beautiful, thoughtful thing that anybody has ever really given me. Another interesting find at the antique store was this beautiful, beautiful filigree brooch. This brooch, I don't know why, it just tickled me. It has this filament to it. I think this is from the 60s, in that flower power generation. I've seen these in books, so I have to find it in one of my books because I know it's in there. And it came with the matching earrings. These earrings also have this filament to it, and it has that tassel effect. And I think that it's really, really swanky. These are just really, really incredibly adorable, beautiful earrings. They are a jade, and it's carved with this flower motif on it, and it's with the sterling silver, and it has these twist screwbacks. And so we walked into this antique store, and it was filled with gorgeous, gorgeous vintage costume jewelry. And I spotted so many jewelry that I already have in my collection. But I was so shocked at the ticket prices of some of these pieces. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to create a huge haul. I got some really nice pieces, but one of the pieces that I really, really enjoy is this piece right here. This is such a sweet, sweet piece. It sort of kind of has that coral, red blood coral look to it, but it's made with these tiny little glass beads into this, you know, flower pattern. It is a screw back, and these beads are just incredibly beautiful. I just had to have it. It's probably from the 1920s or the 1930s, and I'm planning on getting them converted, but converted in such a way that doesn't ruin the screw back for those people who want to convert it back to screw backs. Last, but certainly not least, in my Texas haul is this amazing necklace. Oh God, I love this so much. This is so up my alley. You know, it looks like somehow the clasp was replaced, and perhaps this could have been a piece that was that had a name brand to it, because it is interestingly well constructed, and it has this interesting design to it. I don't know why, it sort of reminds me of those Kenneth J. Lane pieces. I have to do some research, but I just love it, love it, love it, love it. You have to see these incredible guys. They are like, I don't know if they're Aztec or they're Humpty Dumptys or what they are, but they're just really, really interesting. And it comes with this gorgeous, thick gold rope chain and these beautiful, beautiful lucite ribbed beads. These lucites are lightweight. The metal pieces that these 3/6 men are on are a little sturdy, and it has these nice little decorative, you know, findings on them. I just think it's so cool, and it will jazz up just any outfit at all. So this was probably, I know I said that before, but this one really, really is my favorite. It really, really is. Yeah, this one. This is it. This is my favorite. Yeah, this is it. Which, of course, does not include any of the pieces that my sister gave me, because those are really, really my favorites. Yeah, my sister's pieces are my favorites because they come from the heart. And there's nothing better than pieces that come from the heart. So, aside from my sister's pieces, this is definitely my favorite. Final. This is it. While in Texas, my sister had to get a book at this wholesale book outlet, and I was just blown away. Now, had I went to that place first, I probably wouldn't have enough room in my suitcase for anything else because I wanted to pick up so many interesting books. And I'm an avid vintage costume jewelry collector, but I'm also a jewelry book collector as well. And so I am still continuing my project, which is to catalog all my books. And I'm up to 320 now. And I'm still not done, and I have 2 more books on the way, plus these 2, so I keep adding to my collection. I picked up these 2 books, and I said to you in my last video that I will be sharing with you more of my book collection. So, the book that I picked up, and it's called Accessorize, 250 Objects of Fashion and Desire. I always shared with you that, to me, vintage costume jewelry is not just necklaces, bracelets, rings, and earrings. It's also, you know, gloves and scarves and hair pieces and fans and even purses. And so this was a book that I wanted in my collection. This is my favorite green, and it has these amazing pictures in here of all kinds of things. This is a parasol, here's a purse, a bonnet. A lot of these things are like ancient. They're like 100, 200, 300 years old. I mean, look at this. This is a Tessie Musty. So beautiful. I wish I could own something like that, made of ivory. Here are men's shoes. And these are pieces that show up in museums. And they really are beautiful. I love picture books. Most of the books that I buy are for the pictures. And so I went through this book pretty fast. And it's one of those books that you just, while you're watching a movie or TV, you can just, you know, flip through it. It doesn't really have a lot of dialogue or texts. So it's more really a genuine picture book. So if you're interested in this book, I would recommend it. Here's another book that I really haven't had a chance to read yet. It's called The Language of Adornment. Chinese Ornaments of Jade, Crystal, Amber, and Glass. And I just went through the book to look at the pictures first, because if the pictures don't appeal to me and don't attract me, I usually don't buy the book. I'm just a visual person, and I'm looking for things to you know, and I'm looking for things that complement my collection or tells me stories about my collection. So I have to see the picture of it to see how it could relate to objects that I have or that I see in the wild. So the pictures on this book is really, really amazing. Now look at this. This is gorgeous. Jade and cups and vessels, and just look at this. This looks like chatelaine, and there's a story behind all this. And the thing about this book is that jewelry and objects that tell a story. And in Chinese culture, everything is so symbolic. There's so much symbolism in the Asian jewelry, almost to the point where it tells a complete story sometimes. And so look at this fetishes. It's just really, really, really gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Afterwards, I took my daughter for a weekend trip to Hudson, New York. It's a 2-hour trip from where I live. And it was just a trip with my daughter to just get away a little bit, spend some time with her. We both went through a lot. She, you know, John's passing really affected her as well. And so it was just nice to just, you know, just share some great times with her. So When we were there, we visited a whole lot of different antique shops, and they're really, really known for their furniture. So if you're looking for antique furniture, Hudson, New York has amazing things. We did some culinary adventures, and we did a lot of talking more than anything else, and that's what really, really lifted my spirits. We did check out, there was one amazing, well-known vintage costume jewelry store. It's called Hudson Babylon, and Dawn from Hudson Vintage recommended it, and I had already booked my trip up there, so I knew I had to make a stop to see it. But unfortunately, the store was closed both on Friday and Saturday. We never did get to go inside, but here's some pictures of the outside, and here is a little fur clip that I bought. It was in a bowl, and they said anything in this bowl for $2, and I found this French cut glass fur clip, and it's probably from the 20s or 30s, and I love the bright stones, and I thought it was a steal for $2. And then we went into this vintage clothing store, and they had a lot of nice things in there. The jewelry wasn't anything that really attracted my eye, except for these two little scatter pins. I don't know why, but these really, really attracted my eye. I love the colors. It's white and black with this, sienna and black. And I like that they were little tiny pins that you could just accent. They were very, very mod and modern. And these are actually made of glass, not plastic. I thought when I picked them up, they were lucite, and then I realized they're a little too heavy to be lucite, and it turned out they were glass shards made into brooches. And as I said, my trips to both Texas and Hudson, New York were really just more about me spending time with my family, spending time with my loved ones, getting out into fresh air, feeling the sun on my face, and I feel so much better because of it. And stay tuned for a really, really exciting next video, which I already have lined up for you. So there's not going to be too much of a wait for my next video. It's really exciting. It's an amazing, amazing discovery that I made, and there's a journey that it took me on, and I want to share that journey with you. So make sure you stay tuned in for that. So if you haven't hit subscribed, if you haven't left me a comment, tell me which of these pieces are your favorites. Tell me if people call you a crazy vintage custom jewelry collector, hoarder, or whatever. And just know that we're all in this journey together, and we are part of the same tribe. So thank you for tuning in to my videos, and with lots and lots of love. Tanto amor. Ciao.